how to double your real estate deals in the next 12 months. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting, thanks for stopping by. Carla and I share 3 tips that will help you do just this here recently in our private Facebook group. Check it out. The first thing is talk to more people, right, Carla?
That's right. It's very simple. A lot of times, we as agent, we pay a lot of money for people who say I have the secret sauce to lead generation. I have, a special, something special, and really, it's not. It's down to the earth things. Just talking to more people every single day. It's a numbers game. The more people you talk to that you get to know, then you're going to increase your chances of getting a yes. So that means you have to talk to a lot of people to get that yes. And depending on your goals, how many yeses do you stop? If your goals are that you want to get, at least 5 buyers a week, or need to close, like we need to close 20 additional transactions before the anniversary date, June of next year.
You need to hit icon.
So that means that I need to talk to a lot of people. So this morning I was on the phone for a couple of hours, not as long as I wanted to be, but for a couple of hours. And I talked to 51 people and I got 3 prospects. So if you're wanting to, double your real estate transactions in the next 12 months, then you need to double the people you talk to every day.
That's a really, really good breakdown. So let's do some numbers, y'all. So for y'all that like, what do you mean? So let's just say you need to talk to, how many did you say? 52. And I think you talked to like seven people, and you got 3 that are stronger prospects that want you to follow up,
Out of
correct?
51 calls, yeah.
Okay. So out of 51 calls. So let's just say you need to make 50 calls a day, right? To get at least one strong prospect, whether a buyer or a seller, right? So if you're making 50 calls a day, 5 days a week, that's 250, right? And hopefully each day out of that, you can get at least one person that will hopefully turn into a hot prospect or a deal, right? Listing or buyer. So now you got what, four people that you've talked to that are ready to do something out of a 30-day period, if my math is correct. So if that gives you guys any indication on how many people you need to be reaching out to or who you need to be attracting. So whether you're making calls, right, to for sale by owners, expired listings, leads, um, people that may own, investors that may be interested in selling, whether you're calling them or you're online creating content, purposeful content that will attract, that will get in front of, hundreds or even thousands, which you can do with video without paying for paid advertising. You can get in front of hundreds of potential prospects by doing a video a day
Hmm.
and attracting, all right, attracting those particular prospects to reach out to you.
Yep.
Nonetheless, you have to be taking action, like Carla said, every day. Well, how many calls do I need
I
to make?
know people get caught up in the numbers, and
Yeah,
it's okay to know the numbers, but how about just take as many calls until you get a lead? Just
absolutely.
call until you get a lead that says, you know what, I'm ready to complete an application. I'm working on my credit, want to complete an application, then stop. How about that?
Absolutely. Yes. And number 2, the second thing you need to do in order to double your real estate deals in the next 12 months is to follow up. Fortunes in the follow up. If you are bad at following up, then what you need to do, and if you don't have any plans on getting better at following up, then you need to outsource that process by leveraging technology, a CRM system. We use KB Core, where all of our leads are in this particular system, and the campaigns that have been set up are, scheduled out to continue touch those leads over a period of time.
That's right. That so the follow up is so like those 51. The example that we use, the 51 calls that I made, I have at least 10 of them who said, not ready now, but I'll be ready in 90 days. And then I
Mhm,
had quite a few who said, 6 months, and then a
mhm.
few that said a year. So your labeling those leads who are ready within 90 days as hot. Um, if they're 6 months and they're warm, a year, they're a future prospect. And then you want to put them into a CRM system so that you can follow up with those folks that are 96 months out. The folks who are ready to go, I put them in my text. I start
Right.
a text with them so that I can talk to them like once a week. But not everybody's going to be ready, and you have to have a way to follow up with those people. So KV Core has a great campaign where they drip on those leads. I've had several leads that have called me after a year and said, you know what, I had lots of agents call me, but I decided to call you because you followed up with me all year long, and I
Right.
appreciate that, and I'm ready now, and I have closed with them. So uh, follow up is is just as important as generating leads, to follow up with those leads. Whenever you get a list and you call them once, a lot of people stop and they say, well, they
Right.
weren't ready. Nope, you got to call those leads again. You call them until they tell you to stop calling. You keep calling them, reaching out to them. So follow up is very important to your business.
Absolutely.
Our business.
And of course, number three, because this works. Number one and number two work. So now it's simply rinse and repeat. It's the consistency. That's it.
Yep, do it all over again.
Do it all over again every day.
Every
Every
day.
day. So, and as you grow, you'll start learning how to leverage systems and processes better through trial and error. Ask us how we know. You'll start learning how, you know, to understand what's really important that we need to focus on and the things that we need to pull back on and outsource or maybe look for a partner that we can work with. And typically, those are your strengths and weaknesses. So we have our strengths. And when we are able to focus on our strengths and not do everything else all the time in addition to, then, we're able and you will be able to have more success as a realtor. So hopefully that helps. That makes sense. If you guys have any questions or comments, of course, post them below. I'll check and see if there's any, and if so, we can answer those. But Carla, did you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, so if you have anything else that you'd like to add to these three tips, comment below that you've done or you've done your business that has helped you to meet your cap with your
Yes.
broker, or anything you just like to share. These are things that we do in our business. We're active agents, and so we just share with you some things that we're using. By no means is this the only thing that you have to do as a realtor or even as an entrepreneur. You have to use all of your spokes in your wheel, so to say, as far as your marketing, because you want to get leads from wherever you can get them. But we're gonna share with you what we do and what works. So share with us too. Comment below and let us know.
Absolutely. And, for those of you that may be leaving comments, and again, if you're watching the replay, thank you for being here. Just comment hashtag replay below. But another thing I wanted to say to that is it's not just, I know a lot of times we talk about what we're doing, and I think that's important because we're active. We're still active agents. More so, Carla, on the retail side. I focus more, of course, on the social media, the marketing, content creation, all of that.
And everything else. You
And
do
everything else, absolutely. But we're plugged in. We're plugged in to an amazing organization of over 22 or 2,300 agents, and there's hundreds of other agents within our organization that are back-to-back capping agents and icon agents. And another thing that we do, we plug into trainings. I am on Zooms weekly. And if it's not a mastermind, it's some type of educational leadership, something so that I can continue to learn and grow and be better. And you have to be plugged into that type of system, that type of orbit, if you will, because we're helping each other. So not just Carla and I, but all of the other agents within our organization as well. We really genuinely want to see each other win, and we share what's working in our business with each other. That also helps us make adjustments or be like, oh man, that's a pretty cool idea. We didn't think about that. Thanks. So you need that type of environment as well and support, right? I mean, that's been very important.
Yes, I'm so glad that you brought that up.
Mhm.
Also, I think what's going to be very helpful coming in the next year that they're predicting, the price changes and what could possibly happen is that you got your iBuyer certification. I know I call it
Express offers.
Express Offers
Yep.
certification, and that's going to be so helpful coming in the next year. Um, it,
Absolutely.
it's helpful now. We've kind of
Yes.
incorporated that into when we talk to sellers, but
It's
you're
another tool in the toolkit.
another tool. But you're so right, and there's so many different trainings that I want to attend to. I know that we've just EXP just rolled out a luxury training,
Mhm.
also REOs if you want to work REOs. So I've like got a list of things that I want to go through. Um, but I know how important it is to kind of time yourself, do things timely. Like if we start something new, we start it, we try to give a 90-day time period to see how it's going to work because you don't know right away,
Right.
anything like that. If you start
No,
something
that's
new,
true.
you've got to give
Mhm.
some time for it you got to start to work it and then give it some time to work. So usually 90 days gives you an idea if that's going to work for you or not when you start something new. But I just love the opportunities to
Yes.
say we've been doing this a long time, but yet there's still some things that we can add to our toolbox. So I love that.
Was this helpful? I know these tips were extremely simple and practical, but they work. Thank you for your time and check out the next video.